What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today we've got some really interesting things to talk about. Actually, regarding Destiny 2, we've got 9 rejected concept art pieces officially made for Destiny 2, and I'll talk about why they're really important. And also, we've got an official update from Activision about how the development of Destiny 2 is going. So Eric Hirschberg, the CEO of Activision, actually said the majority of the team at Bungie is focused entirely on creating Destiny 2, which is still on track for release next year. So the reason this is important is because it's the first time that Activision have ever referred to it as Destiny 2 officially, and especially the CEO. They've always called it the Destiny sequel, and probably because the name was undecided at the time, but it seems that maybe the name Destiny 2 is final, seeing as they're officially calling it that. We know that Bungie, since Destiny's launch in 2014, have been hard at work on Destiny 2, as opposed to working on Destiny 1 DLC content, and several interviews recently with Bungie all indicate that Rise Vine is Destiny 1's last big expansion. So if you're wondering why the content for Destiny is a bit slow and has been slowing recently, and especially will be for Year 3, it's because Bungie is almost entirely focused on Destiny 2, making it as good as possible, which will be launching in 2017, most likely September. So those are the basics of everything we officially know from Activision or Bungie about Destiny 2 and its launch and how it's coming along in its development. So now let's take a look and talk about those concept images. So this is a designer board showing 9 images, 3 of them depicting new solar-based subclasses for the Hunter, Titan and Warlock, 3 of them are scenery and ambient pieces, and 3 of them are showing a Destiny 2 logo. So we have a Hunter with a spear, a Warlock with wings and a sword, and a Titan with a shield, which looks really awesome. I'll talk about those more in detail in a second. The official name that actual artists have given for these is design boards made for Bungie's Destiny 2, made at Ant Farm Studios, and it also is called Embers Concept Direction Destiny 2. The word Embers being quite important there. That seems to be the theme. Maybe Destiny 2 will be called Embers, but fire seems to be a big theme going on. So before I talk in detail about those images and the subclasses, it's important to note where these images came from. These were actually rejected concept art pieces, so this work isn't official, and the person who made these is not a direct Bungie employee, but this work was actually created by a freelance artist working temporarily for Ant Farm, who is the company that creates all of Destiny's trailers. You can look up antfarm.net and you'll see they create all the major Destiny trailers, also Black Ops 3, Skylanders, all the big Activision games, and several other games, movies, and TV shows. And as you can see here, the copyright for these images is held by Ant Farm, who is the company creating official Destiny trailers, meaning that this art is directly connected to Bungie and Destiny 2. So what happened is that a freelance artist who officially did work with Bungie on The Taken King, he created these images for Bungie specifically for Destiny 2, and he pitched them. Apparently Bungie invited several artists to create concept for Destiny 2, and the art you're seeing here is just some of it. So because this artwork was rejected by Bungie, it's not going to be officially used by Bungie for Destiny 2, but this art was of course commissioned by Bungie specifically for the purpose of Destiny 2 and the concepts for it. So the most interesting thing about these images is that across all of his portfolios, they've all been removed, meaning most likely Activision or Bungie asked him to remove them, or he wanted to take them down himself because he knew that they shouldn't be public and he'd probably be asked later to remove them. Normally something like this wouldn't be worth paying much attention to, but the simple fact they have been removed is very important, and that tells us these images depict almost definitely real Destiny 2 features. So to summarize, this artist has worked with Bungie for The Taken King officially. He has now also worked with Ant Farm, who is the official creator of Destiny trailers. And finally, Ant Farm hold the copyright for these images, telling us that these images are definitely the real deal. They're not made by just some random fan. Bungie did commission these artists to create concepts to depict these themes, and this artist wouldn't have made up the subclasses by himself. Bungie would have said, we'd like you to create a concept for a Titan shield, a Warlock with a sword and wings, and a Hunter with a spear. So even though the art isn't officially going to be used, I think the concepts and what it represents will be in Destiny 2. So that was a really long explanation of where the images came from, but it's definitely very important to preface where they did come from so people don't think they're real or fake or fan-made. So now that we know the background of these images, let's talk about them. So the 3 new subclasses are very interesting indeed, really cool concepts, and the fact that they're so unique and so realistic as well, they're very believable and they're not like crazy far-fetched ideas. You can totally imagine all 3 of them, and they also fit perfectly thematically. So the Hunter of course has got a spear. I'm imagining that can be a range attack you can throw at people, or maybe you can melee people with the spear as well, but it seems like a very cool weapon, and again something you would expect to see on a Hunter who'd hold those kind of weapons. The Warlock, on the other hand, seems to be some kind of angel. He's got these flaming wings, kind of similar to the Sunsinger, but instead he's got a sword as well. So I'm guessing maybe he can fly, maybe he's got like unlimited glide, and he can just like dish out some flames and throw a sword around, maybe slash people with it. But definitely a really, really cool up close and personal super. And the Titan finally is very similar to Captain America. He's got a round shield. I'd imagine this works just like the Aegis in the Vault of Glass, the little shield relic. You can probably shield yourself from attacks, or also bash people with it and run around as a melee weapon. And once again, they fit so perfectly thematically. You've got a hunter who would typically be hunting with a spear type weapon. You've got a Warlock who is kind of depicted as an angel, and a Titan who's kind of like a defender and also a bashing melee weapon. So really, really cool themes. Definitely loving where they're going with this. Now, in terms of the other images, there's not really much we can depict from them. There are 3 of them just showing kind of general smoke and flames and embers. One of them you can kind of see what looks like the city, the last city underneath the Traveler. It kind of looks like the city is on fire. Maybe it's attacked and it's like all flaming and smoking. So maybe something has attacked the last city. And also you can see the Traveler pretty much looks the same. So I guess that means the Traveler has done nothing really different and it's still just sitting there doing nothing. And then of course we can also see the 2 logo with a lot of really dramatic effects on it. But in general, I'm really loving these concepts for the 3 new subclasses. Comment down below your thoughts. I really love especially how they seem to be kind of like Roman or gladiator themed style weapons. Very basic sword, shield, and a spear. So really cool designs. Comment down below your thoughts on them. What do you think about the subclasses, and what do you think about the images in general and your hopes for Destiny 2? Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And of course, any updates for Destiny 2 or Destiny in general with Rise of Iron, I've got you guys covered with videos. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on my future content. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.